There's a 401k rule called the match true-up that can hand you an extra $4,000 a year in free money, or silently cost you that exact same $4,000 if your plan doesn't have it, and your HR department will never tell you which one you've got. Completely legal, completely invisible, and most people find out they lost the money only after it's already gone. Here's the trap. Every year, millions of people get a raise, get excited, and decide to max out their 401k as fast as possible. Front-load the contributions, hit the IRS limit by September, feel like a genius. But here's the stakes nobody explains. The average employer match isn't calculated on your yearly total. It's calculated paycheck by paycheck. Stop contributing early because you hit the cap, and in a huge number of plans, your employer's matching contributions stop right along with you. For the rest of the year. Money they were legally supposed to give you, gone. Not because you did anything wrong, because nobody explained the mechanics of how the match actually works. So let's name it properly. It's called a true-up provision. In plain English, it's a feature, one your plan may or may not have, where if you front-load your contributions and accidentally shortchange yourself on match in some months, your employer goes back at your end and pays you the difference. True-up means the company trues up what they owe you to what they promised. No true-up means whatever match you missed during the months you weren't contributing is just forfeited, not held, not carried forward, erased. And here's the part that stings. Your plan document says which one applies to you in writing right now. Almost nobody reads it. Here's how it actually plays out with real numbers. Say you make $150,000 a year and your company matches 50 cents on the dollar up to 6% of your pay, a common structure. That's a match worth about $4,500 a year, paid out proportionally on every paycheck as you contribute. Now say you get motivated in January and cap out your entire $23,000 401k limit by August. From September through December, you're contributing $0. If your plan has no true-up, your employer also contributes $0 to match during those 4 months, because there's nothing for them to match. You just walked away from roughly $1,500 of free money. But here's where it gets interesting. If your plan does have a true-up, that same company cuts you a lump sum check in the following January for exactly what you missed. Same paycheck behavior, two completely different outcomes. The only variable is one clause in a document you were handed on day one and never opened again. So who actually knows this? Benefits consultants, CFOs. Payroll administrators who design these plans for executives, because executives are the ones most likely to front-load and max out early, so companies with sophisticated leadership almost always build in a true-up to protect them. It's not usually a secret kept from you on purpose. It's just never explained, because HR's job is to administer the plan, not teach you how to optimize inside it. The people who ask the right question get the money. The people who don't subsidize the plan's savings. Now the catch, because there's always one. Not every plan without a true-up is unfair. Some genuinely calculate match differently, and some cap total contributions so evenly it barely matters. And you can't retroactively fix a missed match once the calendar year closes. There's no do-over. This isn't a loophole you exploit. It's a detail you confirm before you touch your contribution percentage. Literally, one phone call to your plan administrator, one sentence. Does this plan have a true-up provision? So go back to that $4,000. If you've been proudly front-loading your 401k for years, chasing the tax deduction early, you now have to ask yourself a much more uncomfortable question. How many years of free money did you already forfeit without knowing it existed? And once you understand how employers structure a benefit to quietly favor the people who already know the rules, there's a related account almost nobody uses correctly either, sitting right next to your 401k that can multiply this exact mistake. That's the next file.